Welcome back to the channel. So in this video we're going to be looking at this Alpina. This is a 070 70cc engine, and we're going to look into why the chain is spinning when it's on idle. Stay tuned. So this Alpina, I did a video on this the other day and got this thing running for the first time and I don't know how long, but well, it's all tuned up, running great, but on idle the chain will not stop. So I naturally tried to reduce the idle, which did not do anything. In fact, the engine just cuts out. So that leads me to think it's something with the clutch. So it's probably the springs. Normally the springs will wear and you have a clutch, and I showed this in the previous video. This is a typical clutch, and when the RPMs increase, this is spinning and the clutch opens up. When the RPMs drop, the clutch then should come back in on itself using the springs, but if these springs are worn or broken, then the clutch will not disengage, it'll just keep spinning. And I think that's what's wrong with this. Or the clutch is faulty, or there's something else going on inside. I don't know if we're going to be able to fix it, because I think it's going to need parts, which I don't have. But I thought I'll show you guys what's going on with this one and see if we can at least diagnose it. Let's get these nuts off and see what it's like underneath. So just using a 14mm. Quite tight. So that's the chain loose. Now I did some work on this, and obviously I've had this cover off because I put the bar on and the chain on, and for whatever reason I can't remember inspecting the clutch. I'm assuming the clutch is not visible, so on a lot of engines you can visually see the clutch, but I'm assuming this is the other way around, so else I would have noticed when I worked on this before. I mean, look at that spring. That is heavy duty. I mean, to get that back all the way, it's like full strength. Pretty overkill. So, oh yeah, it is. You can't actually see. Let's get this bar off. I may need to remove the spark plug and put some cord down, so that I can actually stop the engine from rotating, but I'll get my impact on it and see if we can get it off using impact. See, the clutch is free. If the clutch was seized, I mean, I know it's not seized because the RPMs were changing, but sometimes this will seize to the clutch. If the springs are snapped, the clutch could potentially be stuck to the inside of the bell housing. So if the clutch was faulty and stuck, it could be seized, and this would not rotate. It would rotate when you crank it over, but this would rotate with the engine, which it isn't doing. That washer, I don't know if that's, I suppose, yeah, it's stopping the chain from coming off the sprocket. Just looks a bit overkill inside. So let's see if we can do this without having to take the plug out. What I will do, it's turned off, but let's just remove that boot. There we go. You shouldn't use impacts on clutches technically, but this clutch has probably seen better days. So there's a small washer, a large washer. That's huge. Oh yeah, it's filthy. Absolutely filthy. It's just gummed up. I wonder if that's what's going on. Right. What's this like? Oh wow, so I mean they're okay, but this needs a good clean. So I don't see any markings. Sometimes when you put these on, they've got to be in a particular order. Right, so to get the clutch off, we would have to make some sort of tool, and it'll be in reverse thread, so you would have to get something locked in there and rotate it off, but you would have to also block the engine from turning. But to be fair, all I want to do is just clean this, so I'll probably just spray down some brake clean and maybe get some emery cloth and just sand the edges, like the faces, and then I might put a bit of WD-40 or something on there. Yeah, and that should clean that bit up. But I think the bigger issue is in here. So these needle bearings definitely need some grease on them, a cleaning grease. And inside of here is sticky and rough. I mean, look at that. So maybe a clean will get this sorted. Let's start with a bit of brake clean. Right, we'll call that done. It's quite a lot of brake clean. Bit of a shame really to use that much. As well giving it a clean. God, it is a lot of brake clean. And what I'll do is just give these a, because these are really gummed up. Almost rusty. Just be careful they don't fall out. Yeah, they look quite rusty. Let's give this a clean. That's much better, nice and smooth. This stuff's probably not good for your health. Clutch material and brake clean. Probably should have wore gloves, but look at the difference in that. So I'm just going to do a bit more sanding and I'll come back to you guys once we're ready to move on to the next step. So that is a lot better. Look at that. Nice and clean. No oil or grease. It should ride nicely. Cleaned off the needle bearing, so that'll need some fresh grease. You just want to kind of pack it if you can, and I do the inside first because if you can see there how it's dry, and then watch when you pack it. Can you see? And on this camera you can't, but little bits of grease bulging through. That shows you that it's worked its way to the front. So get as much as I can in, and then just keep going around. And what I'm doing as well is I'm actually working it in the front. So you really want to make sure these are fully covered. God, you'd think I was working on a rare car. Colour in my hands. It's only a chainsaw. Alright. So now it's just a case of just putting it back together. So, bit of clutch housing on, your bell housing. So you put the big washer on, and when I took it off, it was there was a curve in it, and it was facing outwards. So I'll just keep it as it was. Then there was another washer which has also got a slight curve to it, matches that curve. And then you've got your nut. Make sure it's disconnected. Yeah, that seems good. If it's going to fix the problem, I don't know. I was going to put a bit of WD-40 on the spring, just in case it was seized, but the spring looks fine. Nothing shouts out to me that the spring's worn or it's rusted. I think it was possibly, hopefully, just the fact that the chain, the actual clutch itself was just gummed up. Wishful thinking, but oh, there we go. Messy. So now the trick is to kind of get this roughly where that needs to be, in line with that hole there, the bottom. Easier said than done. So what I did before is I put this on and then put a nut in. Just try and put a bolt on, a nut, sorry. Right, so with that kind of in place, I pulled it back until I felt it grip the bar, which it didn't do that time. I haven't got the strength to so if I just there we go, it's got it. I mean, there's probably a better way to do it. It's not the easiest one to do, but that's now got, but that now has tension. So if I lift the bar up, I can move that okay. And there we go, back to where we were. Now it's time to start it and see what it does. The plug is back on, it's in the on position, choke on, and it's on the position ready to start the engine. So let's take it outside and give it a go. So no joy, unfortunately. The chain is still spinning, so it's either the clutch spring, which I'm assuming you can actually change the spring, I don't quite know. The spring needs to be changed out, or the clutch, or it could be the carb. We cleaned the carb in a previous video, and the carb is questionable. It's not perfect. The gaskets and stuff are okay, but realistically it probably should be replaced. It could be that's affecting the idle. So if we changed all the gaskets and stuff in the carb, give it a full rebuild, the idle might go lower and it might solve the problem. But it's probably going to be the spring, or at least the clutch itself, because it's been on for, what, 20 odd years, maybe 30 years. It wasn't a success, but we've pinpointed it down to either the clutch or the carb rebuild that's required. So we've got to end this one here, guys. So thank you for watching. Hopefully it's been something enjoyable to watch, and I'll catch you in the next one.